finally got a corporate job! Finally! I know how bad the job market has been, so I feel really fortunate and very lucky that I was able to land this opportunity. I was able to do it. Oh my gosh, I'm so proud of myself. And the first thing I'd like to say is bye retail. Oh my god. I'm a firm believer that every single person needs to work in retail for at least 6 months because it really tells you a lot about society and humans and corporations. It really forms your beliefs if you start out in retail. I've been in retail for about 6 years. Part of it was in high school, college, while I was still in school, and then another part was when I moved to LA, found a good job in retail, and I've stuck with it for like the last 3 years. However, every chapter has its end, and this is me closing, hopefully permanently, my retail chapter because it's not a sustainable job as far as like mental health, physical health. What job requires you to stand up on your feet 8 hours a day, serving people and doing like the same mundane task over and over and over and over and over and over and over again? That's just not healthy for anyone. I feel like retail should be a transitional job, but you know what? Some people end up finding themselves in retail for long periods of time. It pays the bills, it pays the bill. Whatever pays the bills is always priority, don't get me wrong. But the type of life you live while working in retail, you don't have a consistent schedule, you don't have a company that truly cares about you, you're at the bottom of the barrel as far as they're concerned because you're so easily replaceable. You can't even get holidays off guaranteed. You have to fight. The last 3 years of my job, I've been fighting to go home to see my family every Christmas because I go home once a year and the one time of year I go home is Christmas, and it's there are so many griefs I have with retail, but this video is positive, so we're gonna move on to my new career. So I got a corporate job in public relations for a media company. Yeah! If you guys didn't know, I live in LA, so obviously the film industry is huge here, and the fact I landed a PR job in a film industry that's this big in LA, mind blowing. Now, for the sake of my job security, I will never tell you guys where I work, where I have the job, because I don't want to risk any sort of affiliation with each other. But just know it's a good job with a reputable company, and it's corporate. That's the big part. It's corporate. Thank goodness. To be honest, I wanted to go more into marketing, so it's surprising that I landed in PR. I'm gonna be doing it for work every single day, 5 days a week. Oh my gosh, and get this. It's a hybrid job. So every Monday, Friday, I'll be remote. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I'll be in an office, which is a beautiful schedule because I basically kind of have a long weekend because Friday I'm at home, Monday I'm at home. I don't even mind that. That doesn't even feel like a full-time job to me. By the way, wear your sunscreen every single day. Good skin, 2025. I'm basically going to be handling the press for my job. So any media, any news outlets that are reaching out for words, that's what my department is all about, basically. Can I just say that I landed this job with no bachelor's degree? Isn't that wild? Now, I do have my associate's degree, which is, you know, I'm sure it contributes, but I stopped community college after 2 years and moved to LA because it's a long story. I wanted to go to law school. For all of high school, I was like, I'm going to law school, I'm gonna become a lawyer. I had an epiphany that I would be really miserable in the law space. So I was like, maybe I should stop after community college and move somewhere and find myself. And I moved to LA of all places where media and film is really big, which now I think I want to be more in media. I've been trying for so long to break into the media space in LA because it's a hard industry to get into. They want talented people, they want good skills, they want people with experience, they want people that are ambitious. It's a hard industry to break into, so I'm very lucky that I was able to scratch my way through the surface. I'd also like to just quickly mention, if you live in a big city like LA, Chicago, New York, freelance work goes a long way to landing jobs without a degree. I've done a lot of management, social media management work on the side. In addition to that, I've also done a lot of social media marketing courses and certifications and PR certifications. So it wasn't just me applying and getting lucky. Like, I still put work in, just without a degree. Okay, skincare and all of that is done, so let's get dressed for our first day. I'm feeling a sweater vest moment for my first day. I don't know, it gives studious, like I'm ready to learn, but it's also giving ambitious. I'm feeling this button up, however, it is more of like a flannel. I'm hoping the sweater vest makes it feel a little bit more business casual. If you guys saw my last video, you would know why dressing good on your first day is so important, because impressions are everything. Your first impression, at least, is everything. If I showed up to work with a lazier outfit, Is that the right first impression I want to give? No, I want to show that I'm ready to learn, I'm ready to improve, I'm ready to do what I have to do. I'm actually just really grateful that I'm able to dress up for work again, because in retail jobs, you typically have like a uniform of some sort where you can't really express yourself, and the company I work for isn't like, oh, you have to be in a suit and tie every single day. Like they let you have some flexibility, self-expression. This is gonna sound really woke, but bear with me. I do think being able to dress how you want to dress for work has an effect on your mental brain. Showing up to work every day and knowing that you're just a uniform and you don't have any sort of character going into work, you're just a soulless body that is just supposed to autonomously work 8 hours doing the same thing. Hi, how are you today? Oh, your day's well. Okay, have a nice day. Just over and over and over and over and over again. It's really degrading. It's degrading, and I get it, like, whatever, like, you're at a store, you want to have a uniform look, I understand, but long term, again, it has an effect on you. I'm intelligent, fashionable, and I'm ready to work, and I feel like it's hitting all the marks. Because of very neutral colors, it gives me more down to earth, ready to work. If I came in with a big, bold, pink jacket or whatever, is that the best first impression for a first day? Probably not. Mark my words, having a corporate job is going to make me more fit too. And let me explain. Here's the problem with working in retail and like the service industry is not having a consistent schedule. I don't think we realize how big that impacts us. Humans are creatures of routine. They like routine. They like having things to expect. Not to the T, like every day is exactly the same. When you have a schedule where one day you're working 12 to 9 and the next day you're working 9:30, like you're opening, how can you get a consistent sleep schedule going, a consistent anything? How can your life be consistent with no schedule? In a few months from now, you guys are gonna be like, Davari, when did you get so huge? You're like, buff. I have a consistent schedule I can work with. I will be going to the gym at least 4 days a week. I want to shoot for 4 days. If I do 3, I'm okay with 3. But now I'm gonna have more money, a consistent schedule. What I will say, the grass isn't always greener on the other side. I know that. Like, corporate is going to have its own struggles too. I have no doubt in my mind whatsoever that I'm gonna have struggles there as well. But, you know, after 6 years plus of being in retail, you just want something new to complain about. Like, I'm tired of complaining about customers. I'd rather complain about, you know, corporate life, corporate struggles. And also, this entire time I've lived in LA, and it's been 3 years now, I've lived in this studio apartment, and, you know, I love this studio apartment. This was the start of everything, right? But, you know, I don't want to live in a studio my entire time I live here. Like, I would at least want a 1-bedroom where I can close my bedroom door and have a living room. I'm doing what I can to better my life, and I'm so glad I feel like I'm finally moving. I felt stuck for a little bit. You move to a brand new city, and you have friends to meet, new clubs to explore, new places to try. So after 3 years, I'm like, okay, no, it's time for me to like really figure out what's going on. I don't have to take life so seriously, but at the very minimum, I want to put myself in the track to be successful. You know what I'm saying? Okay, protein shake is done. Let's move to my bed so we can talk some more. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. I'm gonna be transparent about my financial situation here, and it's not as bad as you think, but you know, I've lived in LA for 3 years, and LA, I don't even have to say it. LA is super expensive. Everyone pays an arm and a leg just to rent a studio. Let's just say, I pay $1,400 a month. I know. And the last 3 years I've lived here, I've sustained myself, but I've been breaking even. I have no saving. I couldn't even buy a car right now if my car just broke down. I don't want to live life on the edge anymore. Like, the first 3 years I lived here, I was like, you know what, okay, young, wild, and free. I'm in my 20s, this is a new city, like, I want to get crazy. I'm at a point where I don't want to settle down, don't get me wrong. Like, I still want to have fun, I want to be able to do things. But I also want to be in a place where I'm financially comfortable to take a trip. Let me go take a trip without it feeling like I'm counting pennies. You know what they say, we're all one tragedy away from being homeless. Like, literally. Now, I do have one worry, and this is my biggest worry about starting a full-time job for the first time. Working a part-time job allowed me to do so much content creation. Like, how do you guys think I was able to upload so many YouTube videos and upload so many TikToks a day? It's because I worked a part-time job. The money that I'm making is going to make up for itself in the time that I'm losing. So I'm hoping I can still stay really consistent with like content creation, but I don't know. I feel like it's gonna make making content just a little bit harder to be consistent, but I'm still gonna do my best. Well, I have to go leave for my first day right now. Just kidding. Today isn't my first day. My first day is in a couple days, but I wanted to film this so that my first day could be like with no thought. I'm actually gonna wear this for my first day though. Like basically everything you just saw me do is what I'm gonna be doing in a few days from now. But I'm so happy. I'm so excited for my first corporate job, and I will share updates after I'm in role for a little bit and I have stories, or not stories, I'm not telling you any stories, but I have, you know, just like tidbits to share about how I feel about the transition. As always, thank you guys for watching me, and that is it for me. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.